I made it. Got back just in time.
Judy wants to run the live stream today. Hi, I'm Rachel.
I'm Joe.
And we are two
crazy ketos. And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto on the Couch or Keto Beyond the Couch, where we just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, in that way every single time there's a new member of the family, or 6, you'll be alerted to it.
Happy Wednesday. Why is everybody talking about chickens? Did you put something that we were getting that we have chickens?
Maybe I might have put some stuff up on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep. And so, yeah, we've got some baby chickens here. This is Judy. She is one of our dark Brahma chickens. You can tell she's a Brahma because she actually has feathers on her feet.
Okay.
One of the ways you can tell them apart.
I was just trying to pull something up. Somebody asked about something.
Oh, okay.
Hey, how's everybody doing? We decided that since we weren't able to do the live stream on Monday, we'd kind of jump on and do like an extra live stream today.
Yes, because Monday just kind of stunk. For whatever reason, it decided it wasn't going to cooperate.
So somebody I was noticing here, Charlene wanted to know what our opinion of the Balance of Nature product that she saw on TV. I'm not quite sure. You'd have to give me a website to let us know, and then I would look it up. Chris said I got the Mighty Networks notification of the live stream.
Hey, Judy is here and says, I love your chicken name. Yes, I'm always like trying to find names, even for our chickens, that have some sort of like sweet meaning to them. And I loved the name Judith, because it was beautiful. Of course, I'm going to call her Judy.
Brian said, who thinks Rachel is singing the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta in the opening music of the broadcast?
Always, right?
I would agree. Mary Jane said, okay. Janelle is here, said hello to everyone. 68 degrees in Northwest Kansas. On day 2 of beef, butter, bacon, and egg restart. I feel like my mind is right this time.
That is awesome. That's very important. You know, if you've done triple B and E, of course, it's still act in the full. If you've done triple B and E, share in the comments. What do you think is an important component to mindset when it comes to approaching a challenge like that for 30, 60, or 90 days? I'd love to see.
That's a good question.
You know, I think for me, having the attitude of like, I'm going to enjoy this, and not thinking about what I'm not going to have, that was really important for me. For me to like just say, okay, what do I have that I'm going to be eating during these 30 days that I like? I like beef. I like steak. I like bacon. I'm going to get really good at, you know, cooking my eggs just the way I like them. I thought that was a very important thing for me, to just believe I'm going to enjoy what I'm having on my plate.
Yeah, I like that.
What about you?
For me, what is the best mindset is just go into it and know that, you know what, I'm eating good, healthy, nutrient-dense foods.
Yeah.
And I can do without the other stuff because I can do hard things.
Yeah, just knowing, like we talked about in our presentation at Ketopalooza, you had to bet on yourself. You had to believe you could do it, right?
Yeah. Karen said, I love the chicks. I have 12 laying hens, eggs, and more eggs.
Ooh,
my neighbors love my chicks.
I love that. They're just so sweet, aren't they?
Why is it buffering? I don't understand. It says like we have like 60 upload and 900 download
and
right
just
now.
Acting the fool.
Let's see. Purple Lovin' Nunes says,
hey.
50 here in Wisconsin. Lots of rain this morning, but over now. Ooh. I actually have a game I have to leave in about an hour from my game, hour and a half from my game.
I wonder what I will do while I miss you. What do you think?
You're living in the bathtub right now.
Basically living.
I won't see Rachel for the next 4 weeks.
We have a little tote well, not like a little tote, but a pretty big tote inside that's completely filling up the interior of our garden tub.
I really think you should just dump the tote, put a liner in the bathtub,
and then just give them the
let
whole
them have the whole bathtub.
It's amazing.
Then you can just kind of suck it up with the vacuum when you're done.
So I saw somebody's asking, do you have any recommendations for the Amazon Prime? Yes, I do. Something that we purchased yesterday was my foundation.
How many people have you guys gone nuts with Amazon? I was so upset. So you may know that we've talked about, like, right before we left for Kentucky, we had a hard drive failure. So I needed to buy 4 brand new NVMe hard drives. Each one was $225. Of course, yesterday they went onto the Prime, whatever they're calling this, for $180, plus if you use your Amazon credit card, you get 10% back. So I quickly bought 3 more because they're limiting you to 3, and now I'm returning the old ones, and I've got to cross my fingers that Amazon doesn't decide you're returning too many things.
Because like you're booted?
When we first got them, the first set we got didn't fit in my enclosure, so I had to return those.
I'm going to put Judy back, and I'm going to get another one.
We have, like, gotten a few things, but not too much. Rachel wants me to find a meat grinder that allows us to make our own hot dogs. Chris said $5 that Joe has chicken poop on the keyboard before the stream ends. I probably wouldn't be surprised. They've already gone all over the table. That's why she's got like a pad down. Ginger said I have almost 40 chickens. Joanne said that chick is adorable. Yeah, they showed up. We actually went to the post office this morning, and they're like, not here yet. And then they called us and said, hey, yeah, we've got them. So Angie said cursors arrows are on the screen. Yeah, for some reason, my streams are screwed up. It should be the very next one, but now I got to drag across it. So let's see. Chris said I got the Mighty Networks. Judy loves the chicken name. Serena said, I am grumpy. I think the melatonin I took last night either made me irritable or I just didn't sleep enough. You probably didn't sleep enough. If you took a bunch of melatonin, you probably needed even more sleep and you woke up early. Katie said, how much is the most veggies like cauliflower, rice, broccoli can I have to maintain weight loss? I'm still not satiated while eating the recommended amount. Okay, this is a good question.
This is Jolie.
Are you going to go in and out with the chickens?
Yes, I am.
Well,
Isn't she cute?
You had something else you wanted to talk about.
She's so floofy. Go ahead and answer that question.
Okay, so how many veggies is good to maintain weight? Everybody is different. I don't really eat a lot of vegetables. If you do not eat vegetables to satiate yourself, that is the biggest mistake that we make. In order to satiate yourself, you need to focus on meat. Primarily beef and other ruminant animals. So if you are eating what Standard America says, which is like a 4-ounce or a 6-ounce hamburger, it's not enough. You know, your plate should be 90% meat and then maybe a little bit of vegetables just to add some color or flavor. But don't try to fill up on cauliflower, rice, and broccoli and that kind of stuff because it's not going to fill you up. And you're not really getting many nutrients from this. Ignore what they tell you that you're going to get vitamins and nutrients from broccoli and stuff. You may get a little bit, but not that much. And nothing compared to what you would get with eating a whole bunch of meat. As a matter of fact, I just started watching, I don't know, what is the name of that documentary I'm watching?
Oh my goodness.
It's an HBO documentary on weight.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
They studied a town.
So there's a couple of them. One is on kids and one is on adults. I think it's called like The Weight of America or something like that. And one of the things that I found interesting, I'm still watching, and they actually have a heart, and they're showing like a heart, like with some problems in the heart of a healthy person. And they're talking about all of the different things that can cause heart disease. And honestly, cholesterol was a very tiny little one of them. And they're talking about diabetes and smoking and all those other things. But one of the things that I found in this one town in Louisiana that they were studying, they study people from almost like the time that they're very, very young all the way through adulthood. And 70% of the of the kids who are obese remain obese when they become adults. But only 7% of the kids who were not obese become obese when they're adults. Which really leads us to think that if we can get our kids eating properly, and eating the proper human diet, not all of these vegetables and candy and cookies and everything else, we're setting them up for the future. And somewhere on our Facebook group, somebody was asking about feeding their kids, like, should their kids eat keto? Yes. I believe that all kids should eat keto or eat some form of the proper human diet. Like Dr. Berry says, it's the proper human diet. Why wouldn't we feed it to our kids? And as far as little kids who may resist, why do they have a choice? Your 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 12-year-old should not have a choice in what they eat in your house. It's your house. When our kids were little, we were probably wrong in what we fed them, right?
Well, of course.
But they didn't have a choice. If we were having broccoli that night,
I wasn't making 4 meals.
this is what we're making. Either eat or don't eat, but this is what we're making. If you don't like chicken, then you don't eat tonight. End of discussion. I mean, there was no say, and we shouldn't be allowing our kids to dictate, well, I don't really want chicken, so I want Cheerios. No, the answer is no. You eat chicken or you don't eat.
I will say that the feedback that I've gotten from other like parents and then friends over the years have always been, it's a pleasure to have your kid come over.
Right.
Because they just kind of go along to get along, and they find something that they like in the meal that's served, and so I always thought that was a win as a parenting, that was like the kids were, willing to try new things, and they've even helped me to try new things. I remember it was Anthony that liked, even sashimi first and got me on board liking it as well.
Wilma wants to know, are
Wilma.
you going to buy the new Ninja Speedy Rapid Cooker and Air Fryer? It has a sous vide setting, and I was curious how well it works. Thanks for everything you both do. Love you both. I wasn't planning on it. I do need a new pressure cooker, an Instant Pot, but I really wasn't planning on that because we have an air fryer that I already like. And for the sous vide, we have a stick sous vide as well as the Innova, and I'm perfectly happy with that. So there's no reason for me to buy another gadget that I probably won't use because I already have ones that I like.
Things that I was looking for when it came to Amazon, because that was what we were talking before I left, was like, what did we find? And we found we found a chicken playground type of
Which
thing.
is what they'll move to when they're outside.
Which is what they're going to move to when they're outside. And then I found my makeup, which some people ask me, like, what do you use as like foundation? It is the cheapest stuff, but usually it's like $15 or $16. And I did see on Amazon that it's like $11.47. It just happened to be, on the Prime early sale.
Elizabeth said, was wondering if you guys knew anything about the CRP test. Been trying to get some help. Mine is 48.2. I'm a little worried, but I've been keto carnivore for about 8 months, lost 121 pounds today. Way to go, but I have 121 to go. I don't know a lot about it. I would think that would be a better question for Dr. Berry. If you sign up for his Patreon for just $5 a month, you actually get private lives where there's not a lot of people and you can ask those kind of questions, because we're not doctors, nurses, or health professionals, so I don't really want to give my opinions on like a CRP test. But I will tell you that you're on the road to recovery, and it may take some time. We've had calcium scores and everything done for us, and like our calcium score is 0, but it took time. We've been doing this for 5 years. Laura said, I finally found a local place to get a DEXA scan.
Nice.
Just had it. It'll be a couple days for the results.
That is awesome. And I think that's a really good investment. We were so fascinated by the results. I was really thankful to see, areas where, I still have fat, and then also areas where I was like, oh, okay, fat has moved. Like, this is a good thing. And also I was really excited to get back my bone density and find out that I have really solid, bones.
Right.
Which I thought was really important.
Crystal said I could watch this chicken all day. It's self-love. Rachel's just living in the bathroom.
I'm just living in there. They're so sweet. It's amazing to me how 1 day old, and you're just kind of like showing them new things. Like, here's where you find a drink. Here is where you find food. And they're so like, okay, this is, yeah. Oh.
Not on my keyboard, please. Chris already said they're going to poop on the keyboard.
All right, let me go get somebody else.
Let's see. Crystal, so somebody asked about the Amazon Prime Day suggestions. Yeah, I would just go through. My biggest thing I look for is kitchen appliances, things like that. I did see that the yogurt strainer that we like, there is a link on our website, on our famous Amazon things. That was back in stock. That was on a thing. So one thing you can do if you want to help support the channel, go to any one of our Amazon links. Like if you go to our website and then click on like our favorite Amazon things, if you click on any one of those and then go to the Prime Day savings, it does help out the channel. It gives us a couple of pennies for each thing you buy. It's not a lot, but it's definitely someone. The original Ninja Creamy I know is on sale. It's not the 7 function, it's the 5 function, but honestly, we only use the respin and then the light ice cream and occasionally the regular ice cream. So I think that the 5 function one is more than enough. Yeah, everyone's saying it was buffering. I think the buffering stopped. It looks like it's gone away. Michelle said, my first 87 days of Triple Beanie were fantastic. I never got tired of burgers and butter, but I got a migraine and added a yogurt to take meds and slipped all the way down that hill to sugar. Yes, I was coaching somebody earlier today and we were talking about, as you're coming off of beef, butter, bacon, and egg, make sure you're not introducing too many things. If you had a lot of results, take your time. I know that we all want to add everything back in right away, but that is not going to help us to just add a whole bunch of things in. I guess it was really buffering bad before, but hopefully the buffering is gone.
This is Jessica. She is.
You're not going to be able to get all 6.
I know. I'm going to keep at this one because I just wanted to show you the variety. So the first one we got, I showed you, was a dark Brahma. Then that was a golden comet, was like the one we just saw. And then this is Jessica. She's new. This breed is new to our flock. She's a speckled Sussex. So we got two of each breed of chicken.
How do you tell the difference between all of them? Like, do you know their names?
Well, I just like study. They all have like different, like a slightly different marking. They have different color, and you're the mama.
People can't see them because
you're looking for them. Oh, sorry.
So Sonia said, finally done with travel and started my Triple Beanie challenge. I don't have a stop date in mind. I'm just going to give it at least 30 days, depending on how I feel, and extend accordingly. That's a perfect way to do it.
I love it that they just want to head over to Dad.
Kel said, love you too, but the baby chick is stealing the show.
Right.
Buffer, and egg channel. Sorry. Hopefully, it looks like it's better.
Is it better? It says excellent condition.
Yeah.
Buffering all gone now.
Serena said, Saturday is our 6th anniversary. Then I think I'm going back to strict beef, butter, bacon, with the exception of some sweetener and cream in a coffee.
Happy anniversary, you guys.
Denise said 92 degrees in Texas.
Oh, my goodness.
Darla said I added more butter and kicked another 3-pound loss, down 30 pounds and 5 pounds from a real milestone.
Wow, that is awesome. Congratulations on that. Are you finding out, is everybody else finding things on Prime that they're really enjoying, things that they were looking for? I looked for some of the big, things that we use all the time, like the creamy. I saw that it was I want to say it was $129 or $139, which was some savings. I'm looking for something to be slashed in half, right? And I found that some of the biggest savings were things like toys. Toys was really big. There was some clothing that was really big. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm disappointed if it's not an appliance that I'm looking for. But at the same time, I was like, okay, well then I will buy the things that are on sale and that I will just start putting back for Christmas. Is there anybody else that's an early Christmas shopper? I like to do that and get it out of the way.
Elizabeth said, I guess I came to the wrong room. I don't know what to I don't want to talk about Amazon Prime. I'd like to talk about keto and carnivore and get some help.
What would you...
Go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, what'd you like to ask about,
Elizabeth, if you are new here, we are a community channel. We try to give as much information as we can about keto, answer questions about keto and carnivore, but we are really here for support and helping people along.
Yeah.
And so that includes answering questions,
any
support.
question you can think of.
People ask us, hey, what's the best things to get for Amazon Prime to help me along my keto journey? So the floor is yours. We don't come in here really for our live streams. with this is what we're going to talk about. We allow the chat to say, hey, this is what we want to talk about.
Angie says, made 2KK meatballs with tomato keto chow last night. No leftovers. I love
awesome.
that. I love it when you're like, okay, this is how much I'm making.
Evelyn said, hello from Toronto.
Hi.
I've been doing beef butter bacon egg for 6 months, lost 17 pounds, but this month I've been eating butter and I gained 5 pounds. I think I won't eat any more butter. What do you think? If you're just eating butter to eat butter, that could cause a problem. I mean, the biggest thing, it's very difficult to gain fat eating beef, butter, bacon, egg if you're doing it properly. And if you're doing it properly means every time you eat till you're stuffed, and then you don't eat in between. So if every time you walk through the kitchen, you have a tablespoon of butter, which I can completely do.
Absolutely do.
You're going to overeat and possibly gain some weight.
It's the reason why we didn't make the protein sparing bread as much as we did in previous challenges, is because we were just using the bread as a butter conveyance. Like, that's what we were doing before. So we kind of limited. I mean, we made the bread a couple times. Definitely loved Indigo Nellie's new, like, the shaved butter, the frozen butter, recipe. That was awesome. But we were still, like, super careful with it because we can, just consume a ton of butter.
Robin said, I slept horribly last night. Didn't get to sleep until nearly 4 a.m. Had to get up at 7, and I know why. Junk food.
Friendly junk food.
Mostly keto-friendly junk food, but still junk food.
Yeah, it does affect. And I definitely have gotten into the habit now of, like, not eating 2 hours before bed. I feel like that was a very powerful thing for me to come out of, triple B and E this time. I learned, no, seriously, don't eat 2 hours before bed. And I feel like I slept better on this challenge this time.
John said, I've been stalled after losing 50 pounds. I'm not taking supplements for electrolytes yet. Could it be the cause for the stalling? Or could my fat to protein ratio need to be adjusted? It could be electrolytes, but without knowing any information, it could be you need to adjust your fat protein. You might need to dial the carbs down. I don't know where your carbs are. The first thing I tell people if they said I hit a stall, I find out, are you counting net or total carbs? If you're counting net carbs, you need to shift over and count total carbs. Net carbs is a made-up thing by the food industry. It's not real. Anybody who tells you that all fiber doesn't get digested, they're misinformed. There are a few fibers that we don't need to worry about, but most of the fibers you find in a lot of the keto-friendly products are not that. And so that's the first thing I would tell you is if you're on net carbs, shift to total carbs. But if you've been significantly under eating your fuel requirement, it may be time for a reverse diet where you reverse your way up, start eating more food for a while. You'll probably maintain for a little while and maybe even gain a pound or two, but you want to get yourself up to eating a lot more than you're currently eating and then bring yourself back down. And what all of a sudden you find out that you're losing more weight eating more food than you were before. But when we significantly or at all, when we eat less than our body requires, you'll get some weight loss. And then what happens is your metabolism adjusts. And then you have to adjust from there. That's why one of the worst things we can do when we're trying to lose weight is significantly slash our calorie intake or our fuel intake. So people go onto these macro calculators and it says, well, okay, you need to eat 2,000 calories a day to maintain. So how fast do you want to lose the weight? And we all put as fast as possible. It slashes it by 30%. So we do that, we have some weight loss, then our metabolism adjusts, and now what do? You keep going and slashing until you get where Rachel was at 500 calories a day.
And there's no
and
other
then
place
you gain
to go.
weight. So you only want to eat a little bit less, like 5 to 10% less than your body needs. And that takes experimentation. So if you've been eating at a significant fuel deficit for a while, you probably need to adjust back up a little bit.
Oh, and there goes the poop.
LaShawn said, if you have sleep issues or insomnia, melatonin will not work. It's a waste of money. Yeah. Kay said, I just subbed to you too and was wondering, do you guys show what you eat in a day just so I can have an idea of how much I'm overeating? We do at least one vlog a week. Sometime we'll probably get into more now that we're done home traveling. But there will be one probably Friday coming out and we just, throughout the day we show you this is what we're eating. As far as what we eat pretty simply.
Yeah.
Lots of beef, butter, bacon, eggs, chicken wings, a little bit of vegetables here and there. Once in a blue moon, we'll have a keto snack, or we'll have ice cream made with keto chow or a keto brick. But we do eat pretty simply, and we don't count anything. You know, if you really asked us about how much do you eat, we each eat probably somewhere around 2,500 calories a day. Maitreya said, anyway, I may have bought another kettle because it was 50% off today. No more manual thermometer. Let's see. Maitreya said, I did give choice. Eat what I make or make your own and clean up.
Yeah, that's
we
good.
We don't have what you want. Yes, you may have to find a way to buy it.
Right, exactly. I'm going to put them
a good
back
way to do it.
so they can get warm.
Tony, will flavored keto chow electrolytes ruin my fasting? Well, keto chow electrolytes do not have any added flavor. They are not flavorless, but they do have a flavor. They're salty. And keto chow electrolytes are probably the best thing that you could be doing when you are on a fast. So you do want to make sure, especially if you're on an extended fast, to be taking in electrolytes. I would start off with the daily mineral drops that you can get from keto chow. They don't taste that great, but they're going to give you all of the minerals that you need. Iodine, everything else. They were developed by Dr. Berry. Keto chow also has fasting drops, which is mostly sodium. And then they have the electrolytes. So what we like to use, because I don't like the liquid as much. We put squirts in everything. But what we do is use the tablets that they have from Keto Chow. So you can get little tablets, and then I just take those all the time, especially when I don't want anything that has sweetener or flavor in it. Bubbles said, we were served take it or leave it. Yeah, that's how we were. Crystal said, that's right. We had no food options. Either eat what's there or that's it. And that makes for humble and appreciative adults. Serena said, I have 2KK yogurt straining. It's been way too long since I had it. I'm so excited. We're actually making some for the baby shower.
We're making some for the baby shower. I'm so excited about that. I think it's going to be really nice for some parfaits. Who don't like a parfait?
Living in Oz said, started keto 2 months ago. Scale isn't moving after watching you guys. Decided to up my protein and fat. Gotta say, I'm sort of scared. I'm afraid I will start gaining. Eat 1, 2, or 3 meals a day. If you're brand new, I would probably tell you 2 to 3. Don't go to 1. There's no reason to do omatting, especially early on in keto. It can actually cause you to undereat. Eat till you're stuffed. And if you're brand new to keto, the only thing you should be worrying about is don't eat sugar, grains, pasta, carbohydrates. Keep your carbs as low as possible. Eat 2 or 3 meals a day until you are stuffed.
Yeah.
And don't count net carbs.
Yes, that's a huge help.
Will said, I was told eat it or go hungry. And I know, I mean...
It sounds mean, I guess, but here's the thing. There's, you're kind of setting people up for a future of like, you don't get a lot of opinions. I think about at work, and it's like, if you'd be like, hey, I'd like to not do that thing. And it's like, well, sorry, you don't get a big opinion about it. I can remember in school even, it'd be like, I don't want to do this assignment. Can I do, a paper instead of doing this multiple choice exam? No, you don't get a choice.
Kimberly, what do you think about cortisol rising in the absence of carbs? I don't believe it. Cortisol, we all create cortisol. I know that there was a YouTuber talking about that not having carbohydrates is going to increase your cortisol. There's a lot of things that increase your cortisol. Looking at your screen right now increases your cortisol. Stress increases cortisol. We can control our cortisol by trying to live more primally. As soon as you get up in the morning, go look at the sun. Spend your first few minutes of the day. Go have your coffee on the back patio. Even if you're not in a super sunny area. During the winter, get outside. That you want, even the sunlight peeking through the dark clouds and stuff like that. When we get up in the morning and exposing yourself to outside, that starts your day. It also starts the countdown for when you're going to go to bed. About 12 hours once you expose yourself. So if we lock ourselves inside until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Guess what time we're going to start going to bed?
12 hours later.
12 hours later. That's when our melatonin is going to start kicking in and we're going to go to sleep. But watching screens, that all increases cortisol. So, wear glasses that help regulate the amount of blue light you're getting, and so that you're getting the right types of light. We do need blue light, but just always being under LED lights. When you're in the house during the day, as much as possible, turn off the lights. You don't need all of that horrible LED light.
Get some natural
shining
light
down on you. Open up your windows. Let the natural light come in. Turn off your electronics 1 to 2 hours before you go to bed. That's something that we work on. We're still working on. We're struggling with. But there is no such thing as an essential carbohydrate.
Do you think that herbal tea could raise your blood glucose? You'd have to check it, really.
For some people, coffee increases glucose.
Yeah.
The best way to check yourself is you're going to drink some herbal tea. If it does, it's going to be an insignificant amount, most likely, unless there's wonky ingredients in your herbal tea. But the way you want to check yourself is you want to, for example, let's say you're going to drink herbal tea in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to drink herbal tea. You're going to measure your glucose, you're going to drink your herbal tea, and then you're going to measure your glucose 30 minutes later. You're then going to do that 3 to 5 days in a row. The same time, you should have the same amount of sleep. You want everything to be close to the same. So 9 o'clock in the morning, drink your herbal tea. 30 minutes later, if it rises by more than 5 points all 5 days, then you have a slight reaction to that herbal tea. Does that mean you shouldn't have it? No. What you're looking for really is when you're looking for glucose spikes, and remember, these meters, they have a margin of error of 20%. What you're looking for is 30, 40, 50, 60 point jump, and then it doesn't come back down the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
When you're not a diabetic, your glucose should return to your fasting glucose within 2 hours of eating. But a lot of things, even eating some beef and stuff, will usually elevate your glucose a little bit. A warm shower elevates my glucose. Does that mean I shouldn't take a shower?
No. I absolutely vote for keeping the shower.
So
let's keep the shower.
Exercise.
Let's go ahead and do that.
Will increase your glucose. Exercise will increase cortisol. Does that mean we shouldn't exercise?
Yes.
How about exercise in the bedroom?
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Berry brought it up with his vasectomy, right?
It's funny that, though.
But that activity, I will tell you, wearing a CGM significantly increases my glucose.
But it's interesting that, we want to work on what we want to work on.
Right.
Right? So.
Serena, does a DEXA scan show what might be saggy skin? What a DEXA scan is going to tell you is what is the percentage of body fat, lean muscle, all of that stuff.
You'll see an outline.
Bone density.
You'll just kind of see outlines of where the fat
and
is.
Ask them to go over the scan with you.
Yeah.
That is really good. When I got mine in Texas, I forgot I was wearing a belt. And so I completely threw off the scan because the little piece of metal on my buckle registers as fat. So that completely threw off the fat percentage that I would have. And I wasn't going to pay for another test. Sherry, thank you very much for the $4.99 super chats. It's so excited to catch you live today, Rachel. It's my birthday.
Wow.
You know I got to hear you sing.
Absolutely.
Thank you both for your time and information.
You ready?
Yep.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sherry. Happy birthday to you and many more. I saw your Instagram post yesterday, Sherry. You are amazing. Talk about showing how you can get a significant workout when it comes to using the pole, the pole dancing type of workout. I thought that was so stinking awesome. You are amazing.
I just want to sit back and watch you on the pole.
Absolutely amazing, young lady.
Kimmy said, my parents told me to eat it, period. I could leave the table until it was all gone. Sometimes it took me a couple of hours to eat more to eat. Now, I will say we did do that with our kids, and now I know better.
Right.
That we would be like, you can't get up until you finish.
how Abby
like
does
that Abby
it.
has like a time limit. Like you have to sit here with no
This
tablet,
many.
no TV for this, and it depends. Breakfast is one amount, lunch is another, dinner is longer.
Yeah.
And you had to sit for at least say 10 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever you decide. And after that, you get up, you go away. But that's your decision. But we did make our kids sit there, and Anthony, if it was something he didn't like, would sit there for hours. He was stubborn.
He's still a very like slow eater.
So yeah, I do regret the fact that we forced our kids to eat, and now I know that. Like I coach people, like when they ask me, I'm like, if your kids don't want to eat breakfast, don't make them eat breakfast. Let them. We're teaching them when we do that to not listen to their body.
Right.
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 That's what we're doing. We're teaching them don't listen to our body.
Now that we know better, we can do better.
Uncle Big Guy said
Hey,
back
Uncle
in the
Big Guy.
day, I would at a all you eat place first plate large salad, second meat and potatoes, third more standard American diet dishes, then dessert. Now 99% meat, 1% vegetables.
There was another thing that it kind of blew the mind of everybody like sitting at the table, but like we went out to eat and there was like a salad that came with a dinner. You know how like you either get like super salad and then you get your entree. And I was like, can you have your salad after your entree? Can you wait and then like bring out the entree first and then bring me the salad at the end of the meal? And the waitress was like, absolutely, yes. Yeah. We can do that. We can even box the salad up if you want to just take it home and eat it for later. So I was like, that's what I'm going to start doing. If there's something that has like a salad and then an entree, you can eat your entree first to make sure you get your meat in and then still have the salad freshly made at the end for whether or not you have, you know, more room. But I see so many times, what do people eat? They eat an appetizer, they eat the salad, and then they're like, I can't eat my entree. And I've seen a lot of people even leave the food. Now, I will take home leftovers, but some people won't even take home leftovers. And so you would see like they have a lot of food left over and mostly the meat.
Yeah. Isaac said pasture-raised chuck on sale at Whole Foods near me.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, if it's at yours, it's probably at all of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Joanna said, I'm having issues with not feeling well after beef, butter, bacon, and egg. Not weight gain, just feeling blah. Headaches, sinus issues. Cheese is definite problem. Maybe yogurt, not sure yet. Back to beef, butter, bacon, egg.
That's the best way to tell.
I would eat one of them. And then wait 3 or 4 days or even up to a week and then see how you feel and then go from there.
Yeah.
Chris said, how do you know all the names? I don't. I'm totally making it up, but I do it with
so no one questions me.
No one questions me.
I really am pretty nerdy about like the chicken names.
I still don't know the names of the ones outside. I said that one and Rachel's like, oh, Bernice. Juju said, I also had doctors explain to me, many of them, the CRP is also you specific, meaning your 48 does not equal my 48. The higher the number doesn't always equal worse. That's good to know. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Alyssa St. John said kids' clothes were cheap.
Yeah. Robin says, I bought curtains and curtain rods. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, once I start looking for what I'm actually searching for, I think that, you know what? I think Ross Dress for Less has helped me to be a better consumer. Because you go into Ross Dress for Less and you're like, I need a red sweater. Forget it. You're not getting a red sweater. It's like the one thing that they don't have. So then I start looking, okay, do you have something else for an upcoming event? And I'm like, okay, you got a dress for the baby shower. So like, okay, I'm gonna buy like a $15 dress for the baby shower. Or, oh, you're gonna be speaking like at Keto Palooza, go buy a $20 outfit. We do have that here right now. But it's like, if you go and look for it, it's not there. So it's kind of the same thing for Amazon. Once I looked, I was like, okay, do they have the hot dog like maker that I want? Do they have like the meat grinder and like all the casings on sale so that we could make our own beef hot dogs? No, that was not on sale. So I'm like, okay, what else is there? I know I've got chickens coming. Is the chicken food on sale? I know I got like, I'm almost out of my makeup. Is that on sale? So I just looked that way. Ooh, I will say, you know what was on sale that was good? Was some of the compression undergarments.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about that a lot.
There's a list of the ones that Rachel wears.
And I saw some of them were as low as $12 for like compression underwear. Like if you're looking for just like a bodysuit, it's basically like the bra and the underwear are all together in like a one shape thing. It was like $12. That was like super cheap.
Shelda said, I did beef, butter, bacon, egg for 30 days and went on vacation with my children. Could not wait to get back so I can go back to beef, butter, bacon, egg. I
Nice.
miss my clean food so bad. Back on track. And again, we don't necessarily need to go back to beef, butter, bacon, egg. And this is one of the things that I do with my coaching clients is just keep it whole food. If you do reincorporate other things like an occasional keto brick or something, it should be part of your meal. It should be a very small thing. Some of us, including myself, tend to go back to, we go from beef, butter, bacon, egg to back to, I'm going to go just the way I was before and then go, I don't understand what's going on. If you don't want to track, continue eating till you're full, focusing on good, whole, nutrient-dense food. We incorporated keto chow back in our life as part of our dinner. We have like a half a keto chow ice cream, but that is part of our meal. We're not having that plus everything else we're doing.
Right.
I'm not eating a keto brick throughout the day and then still eating till I'm full. The more we deviate away, but if you want to incorporate salmon, no, but Rachel does.
I
do. Salmon or shrimp or chicken, that is fine, but do it with your meal. That is your meal. Like we had chicken wings yesterday. That was our meal. We each ate 20 chicken wings. And then we had a couple of hot dogs later on as our other meal. Mary said, I got a Roomba hoping it lives up to the name.
Way too expensive.
We have 2 cats and a dog. And Roomba is constantly working. And I can't imagine what life would look like without a Roomba.
It would be furry. It would be a furry life.
If you don't have a bunch of animals...
Oh, we're buffering again.
You would never need to like vacuum if you don't have a bunch of animals. We still have to go through and vacuum, but it definitely does about 90% of the work. Angie said I got UV gel nail sets for Christmas presents.
Oh,
so that's
nice.
good.
That's a good thing. The other thing that I saw was a lot of the toy type items that you could give away for Halloween, like little containers of Play-Doh or little containers of slime and jewelry and all that kind of stuff. Oh, is it acting the fool still? I see it.
Yeah, we're going to get off.
We'll have to get off. Renee is here from Jury Duty. Folks at Jury Duty all gave me strange looks when I didn't share their enthusiasm about the free donuts, right? That is probably pretty weird.
We'll give it a couple minutes, and then if I keep seeing it buffer, we're going to get off.
Yeah.
Mama said, I have been on keto for almost 2 months. I have no support whatsoever. I'm going out of my mind with my husband. He brought home homemade peanut butter fudge today, and I seriously almost kicked him.
Oh, man. I'm so sorry. But I want you to know that we're here for you. I hope that you feel supported when you're here. And we get it. Like, it is hard. I mean, we're trying to live this keto life in a very carby world.
Mm-hmm. Bubble said the blue light blocking glasses have dramatically improved sleep for my husband and me.
Yeah, same here.
What is this? B-Dog said,
hey,
thank you so much for saying that, Joan. I didn't respond a lot, but you all are very inspiring.
Awesome.
Let's see. Maria said, I know you guys said that you took a break from losing weight, but what were you doing differently from when you were actively losing weight? We stopped counting anything.
Yeah, we were tracking before, and tracking macros and like making sure, like how many calories we were taking in and all that kind of stuff. And so now we've just gone to not tracking.
Yeah.
Kevin says, I wonder if you guys are going to go to Two Crazy Carnivores. We're going to change your name at some point.
No.
Probably no.
For me, carnivore is not sustainable. We still eat occasional vegetables. We still occasionally have a salad or broccoli. I still like my keto brick. I still like keto chow. We still have nuts once in a while. But for me, carnivore is not sustainable. I want some other things. But we do eat about 90% meat.
Maitreya says we have to vacuum daily. There is no skipping because of cats. Yes, if you have cats and a Labrador. It's so funny. So my mom has a Maltipoo. And her dog like never sheds. And Tabitha is just always just raining hair. And like every once in a while, my mom will said, well, they're supposed to shed like 2 times a year like that. And I'm like, no, this is constant, especially after she's had a shower.
Crafty said, you guys were classy. Just want you to know that. How you dealt with the rudeness set an example.
Oh, thank
you very much.
Appreciate that.
And listen, hey, we are not everybody's cup of tea.
No. No.
People tune in, Rachel dresses up weird, and it either gets somebody to go like, oh, like, okay, I gotta watch more and learn more, and then hopefully they stick around for the community, or they're like, that person's an idiot, and I can't take that.
Sorry,
it's
you
kind
might
of like
be an idiot.
It's kind of like the headlines for Woman's World when they put Dr. Berry on there. Like, Dr. Berry has so many amazing things to say, and if you listen to him, you're going to learn a lot and get healthy. But they like to slap this, lose 50 pounds in 8 days, right? The thing is, though, somebody's going to pick that up because of that lose 50 pounds in 8 days headline.
Yeah.
And then they're going to read Dr. Berry and follow him. Now, they're probably not going to lose 50 pounds in 8 days. Or I know they're not going to lose 50 pounds in 8 days. But that headline got them to Dr. Berry, and that's all that matters. So if Rachel dresses up as a bunny, if it gets you to stop and pay attention for 1 second, it's worth it. But we're not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that.
Speaking of somebody who is not my cup of tea, is Joanna's ex. She says, my ex never supported me. I would eat pizza and he would eat pizza in front of me, telling me he was making me stronger. Are you serious? Are you serious right now? That somebody would be like...
You did say it's an ex, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad to hear that, Joanna. The fact that somebody would be like openly undermining you and then telling me like, this is for you. Oh my gracious, Joanna. I'm so glad that I was like not present for that. I would have had a fit.
Yeah. If we have friends who want to undermine us, maybe we should consider our friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, and their place in our, as far as like influence
Well,
goes.
that's what I mean. When I say consider their friendship, like maybe definitely push them out.
Yeah, he thought it was being funny, but like, that's not funny.
Joanna said I have to vacuum daily.
6 cats. Yep. Otherwise, you would be covered in fur. They'd be like, where is she? Underneath the fur pile.
John said the sweets will eventually lose their appeal and no longer be so tempting. Yeah, and that is my experience, is that it kind of goes away until you start to try to reintroduce a lot of them.
Yeah.
So the vlog that's coming out probably Friday, we made some desserts. Mm-hmm. We made some cookies that had a lot of erythritol. And I was so excited to make them.
You were so excited about these.
And then I took a bite and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just like the amount of sweetness because I've been gone from it for so long. It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought it like about blew my tongue out. But the thing is that we really enjoyed just making it together.
Yeah.
And I think that is a precious thing. You know, in the past, we would be like, whatever we crafted, whatever we made, we needed to eat it all. But we just enjoyed cooking and like following a recipe and doing the recipe, and we tried it and we're like, okay, well, maybe this isn't for us, but like we enjoyed the time together. Right. And I kind of treated it as if we had done one of those like paint with me like wine, paint. We may never like hang it up on the wall if you do one of those like, paint with me things, but you still enjoy the night.
Yeah. I don't know why it's dropping so many frames. It's just like, it's just aggravating.
I'm